Government has appointed an interministerial committee led by the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, which is coordinating the response to the water scarcity and drought conditions in the country. Affected government departments announce their respective programs at a media briefing last week, and the public will be kept. They answered the media last week, and the public will be kept informed on a continuous basis. The state of disaster has been declared in the provinces of the Northwest, Limpopo, KwaZulu-Natal, and Free State. These declarations will ensure that support is provided to communities and farmers in the provinces to address the impact of the drought. Provincial governments, departments are also rolling out various interventions programs to respond to the challenge. Government has set aside resources to enable the supply of water tankers for use in the distribution of water to affected areas, borehole drilling and rehabilitation, water conservation and demand management, and water source augmentations. Support to be provided to farms or farmers include the purchase and provision of livestock, feed, transportation of feed to the accessible point, and water sources such as drilling of boreholes or drilling of boreholes for animal drinking. The Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs has written to all the mayors in the country to take various actions to respond to the situation. These actions include the introduction of water restrictions and other measures, monitoring adherence to water restrictions, and application of penalties where necessary. Municipalities must also prioritize the repair of water leaks and the promotion of water efficient technologies such as low flush toilets, rainwater harvesting, and the use of grey water for irrigation. Uhulumeni uzokwenza konke okusemandleni ukuze abalimi abakhungethwe ilenkinga yesomiso. Ohulumeni
Speaker,
Honorable Ndlozi, you can't, Honorable Member, just get up in the middle of an answer. Please just take your seat.
Because, Speaker,
No, please take your seat, Honorable Ndlozi.
I rise in terms of the rules.
Honorable Ndlozi.
Rule 62.
No, Honorable Ndlozi. Take your
Rule
seat.
62 says that a member must refrain from reading his or her
Honorable
speech,
Ndlozi,
but may
take your
refresh
seat.
their memory. The President is reading all the time.
Honorable Ndlozi.
He must
Order.
come
Your
with
seat.
notes
Order.
according to the rules.
Speaker,
Take your seat, Honorable Ndlozi.
order, Speaker. Order, Speaker.
Honorable, can you please just also take your seat and let the President finish his answer? Honorable President, please
Thank you, Honorable
finish your
Speaker.
answer.
Ohulumeni bezifundazwe sebeqalile izinhlelo. Abalimi kumele bathinte iminyango yezolimo ezifundazweni ukuze bathole usizo. This this difficult period requires the cooperation of all in the country. We call on all to save water and adhere to the water restrictions. I thank you.
The Honorable Steyn.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. President, this is not a challenge. This is a disaster. So far, 7 of the 9 provinces are severely affected. I listened carefully to the media briefing last week, and I've been following all announcements since last week. The 226 million rand announced by Minister Zokwana will feed 4.7 million cattle for 1 day. Northwest alone would need 2.9 billion rand to feed its animals. This drought could put South Africa in a food security state. Would you agree that we declare this as a national disaster?
The Honorable the President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Government has declared the specific areas that are affected, that they are now under the disaster, and measures are being taken to those specific areas. That's what we have done. Because if people say it's not enough, that is their view. But what government has done, because it has been watching and monitoring how the drought has been affecting specific areas and in specific provinces, this is what it has done. It has not declared it as a national disaster. When that moment comes, it will certainly do so. At the moment, it was dealing with the specific areas that needed urgent attention. And that's what it has been doing from the government point of view. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable van der Merwe.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Honourable President, I put to you that the drought is only but a part of our crisis. The drought, of course, is not our government's problem, but we were warned a decade ago that a drought was looming. We were warned even before that a water crisis was looming. Yet your government failed to act. So at the heart of this crisis is a crisis of leadership. As we sit here, the community of Umkanyakuri, the hardest hit community, it's got no water. It's got no water because a company linked to the husband of a KZN MEC received a tender to supply water pipes. Those water pipes have vanished. They're lying in the bush. So my question to you, Honourable President, is there real political will to protect our communities? Because at this stage it looks like your government only leads when something bleeds. And finally, if there's political will there be political accountability? Will those who fail to act be punished? And maybe starting with the Minister of Water and Sanitation, who failed to spend 2 billion of her budget in the face of this crisis. I thank you.
The Honourable the President.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Yes, there is a political will and government is acting. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Mulder.
Honourable President, to ensure food security and avoid that our farming infrastructure is destroyed, it's very important that government must realise the seriousness and give support. Just one example, sir, in the Bothaville area alone, 46 farms at this moment are up for sale. And that's a very important maize area, and that's before the final phase is that. But even more important, sir, is that the support that must reach the farming community speedily. That means within a few months. You know, sir, in the past, it took up to 2 years before support reached the farmers. Then they are bankrupt, they are gone already, with the new upcoming farmers being the first, being in trouble. So I'm asking you, are there time frames to give support within months? Otherwise, the support will be too late. Thank you.
Honourable President.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Government has programs to reach areas that are more affected by the drought. And that's what it is doing. It has programs. Now, I can't give detail about specific areas where I don't have information, whether that has been done in that specific area. All I know, whatever areas that have been affected, government has a program to reach those areas. I can't tell you about the time frames because I don't have those details. Thank you, Madam Speaker.